Hello and welcome to this video. So in this video I'm going to show you a software that we as a group were assigned to create. So in this video we went for a restaurant management system. So how the restaurant management system came about, we used codes to generate the user interface, and in this code we used index HTML for the front end, and then we use JS for the back end, and we also use database for data, of course. So in the index HTML you can see the customer, the order, menu, and like all the stuff that are displayed on the dashboard, right? And then for the JS, that's the back end. It handles the order processing, menu updates, and then reporting, which will later come on in the video. So this is the database. The database stores customers data, the order data, menu, and table. And if the restaurant decides to add another feature to maybe the restaurant, maybe washroom break hours and all, we can add them. If they want to keep those data, we can add them to the database also. And also we used phpMyAdmin and Node.js to connect the database to the user interface. So in the database we have the schema, which is the restaurant management system, and we have tables like customer table, order table, menu table, and the rest. Okay, and then the menu PHP here displays the list of food items. It also allows the manager to add, edit, and delete items in the menu, and also show categories, either starters, mains, or desserts. And also for the order, it displays the list of orders, which table is taken, and all. So this is the style CSS, which is the design, the basic design of the user interface. So the style CSS is used to basically design the front end. I mean, what the users of the user interface are going to be interacting with, being the colors, the shapes, and the fonts of the words and the images that are shown in the user interface. Now back to the index HTML. So since our software is only meant for internal use, the index HTML comprises of a login screen for the staff or admin, a dashboard that shows the menu tab, and also tables, the order, the reports. Also the index HTML is basically like a dashboard showing links to manage menu items, and also manage tables, to view orders, add orders, and also view reports. No, this is just to view, not add, sorry. And as said earlier, the database, which we used SQL to generate, is also there to store customer data, order data, menu, and any other that would be added in the future. So here is the back end. The back end, which we use JS for, it handles order processing, menu updates, and reporting. So as the database is linked to the user interface, the back end makes sure that whatever happens in the database is also updated on the user interface, right? So the back end basically receives the data, which is maybe an order, and sets it into the database. As I said earlier, everything would be updated both in the database and then on the user interface, and then it sends a message back like when you add an item, or when you add an order, you would receive a message that order has been added successfully. Yes, so that is what the back end does. And it also ensures that the user interface is updated successfully after every edit. Now back to the diagrams. Now this is the design overview of our user interface. So this is the architecture of the design. We used back end, database, and then front end. So these are the entity relationship diagrams, and also the entity relationship diagram shows how others relate with the staff and the customers, like how entities relate with each other in the user interface. And also we have the context level diagram, the flowchart diagram, and then the data flow diagram. The data flow diagram is just how the orders are being processed and then how it is being managed. So when maybe a waiter takes an order, manage order 1 and 2 handles the customer orders and then communication with the chef whether the food is available or not. So when the chef confirms the status of the order, manage menu 5 updates the menu and then table information. So this is how the user interface is looking like. Now we are present at the dashboard, which have the tabs of menu, orders, tables, customers, and reports. And on the dashboard, you can see that no information had been input. So today's orders is 0, revenue is 0, active table 0, menu item 0, because we had not started taking any orders yet. So now we go to the menu, then we add a new item to the menu. So when you're adding the item, you go with the name, the category, price, description of the item. So here we add an item to the menu. Let's say jollof rice, yes. And then we select the category as a main course, and also the price of the jollof rice, also the description, what it comes with, what the jollof comes with. Yes. So when you are done with that, you save the item. So here you see that it had been updated. Then you go to the orders. There's the tab there to add a new order to. So you select the table. This is for like a reservation purpose. So you add you select a table. You select table 9 for 2 heads, and then the name of the customer that is making the reservation. So here we go with Christian, and then we select the item he or she is ordering. So we selected jollof rice in 2. It was a table for 2. So here the message pops up that the order has been created successfully. This is the work of the back end, yes. And then it also shows that table 9 had been occupied. And then the rest of the tables are available for reservations. So now we go to the customer tab. We already have one customer on here, but then we can choose to add a customer. With adding the customer, you enter the customer's name, the phone number, and then the email, the number of orders. As here we see that Isaiah has not placed any orders, so the total orders is 0. And you can choose to delete the order from the restaurant system as well. So then we move to the reports. So for the report side, you can see the daily sales that we make, and in the popular dish on the menu. And now you see, now that we had taken an order, the dashboard had been updated. Now we have one order, a revenue, an active table, and then one item on the menu. Okay, so that would be all for now. Thank you guys for watching.